Welcome back, Patriots, for another episode of the Bald Brad Show, where we cover all the major news you need to know about. Well, the U.S. is locked and loaded, man. And Hegseth is warning Iranian leaders to choose wisely on deal with U.S. Again, Hegseth himself says we are locked and loaded. We also have a few California notes to tell you, meaning headlines. We also have things going on with Iran threatens to sink American ships as well. So we'll have back-to-back headlines for Iran for you as well. A 13-year-old student identified in violent shooting near middle school in North Hills. We'll make sure we cover that one. And a few other points of contention to get to as well. Hit that like and subscribe button, folks, if you haven't already. Again, we have over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. We have 80,000 followers on TikTok. And we're growing on each and every platform. You can reach us on Instagram, Facebook, anywhere and everywhere. You type in Bald Brad. My bald head should pop up with a hat on, I suppose. And, well, yeah. Okay, so let's get right into the news. Enough of me chatting. And matter of fact, we're going to pause just for a little bit here and get a few people in here. Seems like some people are little stragglers. Granted, we start a teensy-weensy bit late today, and that's okay, okay? There's no rush, all right? My grandma actually used to say this all the time while we're waiting. Everybody's in a rush nowadays. And at a young age, I'm like, well, yeah, Grandma, people got stuff to do. This is a real thing, by the way. She used to say that. And, for me, I was just used to it. But, she's an older lady and things were a little bit different when she grew up. There's a little bit of a slower pace. People weren't moving, grooving, getting freaky deaky. So shout out to Grandma. Anywho, okay, let's get into it. It's a little random, but I apologize. But that's what we do here. We're a little odd. We're a little different on the show. Alrighty, well, in the serious news, War Secretary Pete Hegseth warned Iranian leaders to choose wisely on whether to accept a peace deal to be specific, with the U.S. on Thursday. Yeah, the guy's helping him out. He's like, look, hey buddy, you're about to get knocked out. What I would say, just look the other way. Just turn around. It's like every Hollywood movie out there where the guy knows kung fu, he knows how to tear what up, and he's like, hey buddy, you don't want this. You want to go the other way. Trust me, man. You don't want none of this. And the guy doesn't listen. So I suppose we already know where this is going, because in every movie ever, the guy doesn't listen, and the other guy it's Iran. Okay, Hegseth, look, I'm gonna mess you up, man. Get on the same page. Hegseth made the comments during a press briefing at the Pentagon, saying the United States military is, quote, locked and loaded and prepared to strike Iran's energy infrastructure. We'll start with a message to Iran's military leadership. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Hey, it's too early for that, all right? I apologize. He said, we're watching you. Our capabilities are not the same. Our military and yours. Remember, this is not a fair fight, and we know what military assets you are moving and where you are moving them to while you are digging out, which is exactly what you're doing, digging out of a bombed out and devastated facilities. Whoa. I mean, Hegseth is coming out swinging, is he not, folks? Oh, baby. He also goes on to say this: we are only getting stronger. You are digging out of your remaining launchers and missiles with no ability to replace them. You have no defense industry, no ability to replenish your offense and defensive capabilities. Well, look, I mean, there's been some rumors and swirly whirlies of China flying in some stuff. And that only comes back from, this was around when we dropped some bombs on their nuclear facilities with those B-2s. And there was some undocumented planes, or planes that went undocumented, I suppose. And what I mean by that is they flew from China into Iran airspace, but then turned off their tractors. So I would imagine the Russians or the Iranian, or the Russians and the Chinese are going to be slipping them a little bit of, you know what? You only have what you have. You know that. And we know that you can move things around, but you can't actually rebuild. You could dig out for now, but you can't reconstitute. But we can. Bold words. I don't know if it's going to get to them or not. That's kind of like the rough part is, by the way, hilarious name in the chat. I got to say this guy's name. He says, what's up, brother? says, "What's up?" His name is Dickhead12. You know, it's just you don't get usernames like that anymore. I saw it. And I've been itching at it. I'm like, that's what she said. I've been wanting to say your name. And it's like this entire time, I'm like, do I not? You just don't get usernames like that anymore. You know, it's not like the 90s, early 2000s where people finally get to make their own usernames. I mean, that's old school, bro. God, it's like, you know, you're really itching at the head to do that, you know? Here's a dickhead joke for you. All right. So Hegseth is talking about basically we'll just you know pick their you know what. Well, that leads us into the California Post here, where the California Post, if I can find it again, is talking about Iran threatens to sink American ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Claims U.S. ground. The ads would get off my damn screen here. Claims U.S. ground invasion would be great. So now they're just egging it on. It's just bait. That's all it is. It's just bait. And I'm wondering if we're having some issues here over at Rumble. Give me one moment to check our feed here really quick. Nope. Yeah, we're at the top of the page. That's mine though. Let's see. Podcast. No, we're not even appearing. Oh, there we are. Okay, yeah, we're good. All right, baby. Yeah, no, it's straight. We're good. Iran has threatened to sink American ships policing the Strait of Hormuz amid the blockade, and wildly claimed that a U.S. ground invasion would be great as it would allow the regime to make billions of dollars snatching hostages. Is that just them saying that they still want to do some terrorist stuff and be a little wild? Don't worry, you guys. Yeah, no, we shouldn't be. This is no threat. It's no threat to the United States. These are friendly people. These are normal people. Yeah. Jeez. Mind you, leading sponsor of terrorism. I just want to throw that out there. A lot of money going to terrorism from the Iranian regime. Okay, that could be going to, I don't know, helping their own people. Maybe that would be a nice thing to do, wouldn't it? Do you remember when John Kirby was like giving them all this money? He's like, no, it's okay, guys. It's for humanitarian aid. This was during a White House press briefing. I remember because we used to cover every single White House press briefing there was, which kind of put us on the map, which was nice. That's how we got all our subscribers. And he goes, well, we're going to dictate how the food and stuff and the water and the money's spent. But everyone's like, yeah, but it's fungible. He's like, no, yeah, it's fungible, but, you know, it's going to be okay. It's like, well, that's the point, John. Is that if it's fungible and you put $1 billion here for said thing, humanitarian aid in this case, well, doesn't that kind of offshore $1 billion somewhere else that now they can put towards terrorism? It really is it's not a deep concept. They treat it as like it is. Do you want to know how dumb I know we're going back and we're deviating, but I just need to make this point. I need to get this off my chest. Do you know how dumb they were? This is Karine Jean-Pierre, the mouthpiece of the leader of the free world at the time, saying that people do not walk across the border illegally. And that was when she was talking to Peter Doocy. I got all the skinny on those briefings, man. I was in all of them. Well, you got Mohsen Rezai, really gave the best try I could. The ex-commander of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard mocked President Trump on state Wednesday, saying, police, claiming he wants to be the police of the waterway before boasting that Tehran's missiles could take out Iranian vessels. Right. See what happens, buddy. And this guy's not going to be around long. There's no point, honestly, in reading some of these guys' names. They're just not going to be around long enough. You know, it's like, well, why bother? Is this really your job? Is this the job of a powerful army like the United States? The regime stooge dressed in a military uniform threatened Trump. These are low IQ guys, man. I'm telling you, there's only two routes. Okay. You got a guy like we had in chat named D-Head. And this guy thinks his D is big, or he's just really dumb. I'm going to go with the latter, that he's really, really dumb. these ships of yours will be sunk by our first missiles and have created a danger for the United States military. They could definitely be exposed to our missiles and we could destroy them. Why are you not doing it then? Look, it's all talk. I want to see the work. I don't want to see anything harm happening to our military, but I just don't. I really am like, I don't think that they have anything. A senior advisor, this is who that guy is from Iran, to the supreme leader, claimed that Iran's navy has been completely obliterated, posing the question, why does the United States not dare to cross the Strait of Hormuz? It's a fair question. He asserted Tehran would not leave the strait unless its rights are fully secured, and vowed it was the regime setting the terms, not Washington. Boy, yep, they haven't recognized. They haven't recognized it yet, you guys. Based on past negotiations, agreements must be drafted more carefully with a stronger focus on economic issues. Unlike the United States, which fears prolonged war. He's correct here. It's not a fear, but this is the point that I was just about to make, was that they know that Trump doesn't want to get into any foreign wars. They know that. The world knows that. So Trump's putting himself in a tough position because it's like, how much longer do you escalate this situation? Because it's only supposed to be 4 weeks. Now we're going on. And I would have liked it to be 4 weeks. Do a little bit of a bombing campaign. You killed a few terrorists. You got rid of the Iranian supreme leader. If the people were going to rise up, now would have been the time. It's not like they're going to rise up in the next 2 days here. Do you know what I mean? So, let me change this title. If it was going to happen, it would have already happened. By the way, is the chat working? Can everybody see everything okay? I feel like things are acting funky this morning. Things are looking a little odd here. So, let me know. But anyways, they say, unlike previous talks where the other side sets the terms, Iran is now setting preconditions. And we'll see how this one turns out. It's actually not looking good in terms of, having an outcome that is going to be, I think, or make people happy on both sides. And Iranians, if you look at these, the footage that's coming out, putting in air quotes, is, not much is coming out still. But there are people that are a little frustrated with the United States because I think they thought there would be more of a change for the people in Iran. But I don't think the people of Iran really understand, you're going to do so much that you need to kind of, take hold and, get back to where you were in the 70s. That would be nice. So we'll see. But, anyways, hit that like and subscribe button if you can, folks. We're just kind of cruising. We weren't even going to do a show today. So it looks like the chat is moving a little bit. Just trying to figure out if things are off. Hey, good morning, you guys. Good to see you. Candy's here. Good morning. Miss Mom's here. Good morning. Gasolina. Good morning. We're just taking it smooth today, folks. We're just taking it smooth. We're seeing where the social media gods take us. And, sometimes they take us to some wild places. Oh, some real wild places. Let's see where it could take us then. Let me go through some stuff here. Oh, you know what? Let me go to X here really quick. There was some stuff that I have queued up for us. I kind of lied. I guess I kind of sort of always do a little bit of show prep. You have this. San Francisco, illegal foreign nationals have flocked to liberal cities to take advantage of its taxpayer-funded, listen to this, homeless services that include, but not limited to, expensive cosmetic transgender procedures like breast implants. Check this out. These are illegal immigrants, folks. This is the stuff you're getting in California.
Illegal immigration is exacerbating San Francisco's homeless drug crisis.
Take care, guys. Be safe out here.
The shelters are packed with undocumented migrants from all over the world. And more people like Lisa are confidently coming forward to say they're taking advantage of all the taxpayer-funded benefits to meet their unique needs.
She feels undocumented and she feels safe here.
With the help of a Spanish translator, Lisa says he's staying in a homeless shelter identifies as transgender, and is undergoing hormone therapy to become more like a biological woman after entering the U.S. illegally from Honduras.
Transgender.
In this Manhattan Institute City Journal investigation, a whistleblower with access to city data on homelessness says Lisa's story is becoming more common.
Universal health care for all, and regardless of your immigration status.
Especially after California Governor Gavin Newsom announced he's offering full health coverage to illegals through the state's Medi-Cal program, which includes gender-affirming care. Newsom recently reversed course, but that Pandora's box is already open.
Yes, they're safe here, they're welcome.
We visited several other shelters across the city to see if anyone was tracking what was happening within this undocumented homeless transgender community. While we couldn't find statistics on the number of gender reassignment surgeries performed on homeless illegals,
Were you able to get the hormones or?
Yeah, I did that with my doctor.
we ran into Jacqueline, who says he received taxpayer-funded breast implants after coming over from Mexico.
Taxpayer funded. Free.
Yeah.
He's now waiting for bottom surgery.
Yeah, even though you're undocumented, you can get it.
Jacqueline claims he's now a U.S. citizen and stays at this homeless shelter along the Embarcadero waterfront.
Are you happy with the results?
Yes.
Regardless of anyone's immigration status, he says this state is becoming more attractive to transgender illegals.
And Gavin Newsom was blown away that he blew out the budget. I don't even know what to say. I don't have a reaction to this. It's just so preposterous. It's so insane and ridiculous. There's nothing to say. I think everybody knows this is silly. I told you we have some freaky deaky wild stuff for you. Isn't that nuts? And they love it here. Oh, they love it. The Democrats and the lefties. Do you want to know why they love it? Is because they don't feel the impact. They think they're doing a service. They think they're doing charity work out here by allowing these illegals not to just completely rip them off in front of their face, but delete their children and their wives and their husbands and take all their services. And then they're blown away why their kid's not doing well in the education system because the teachers haven't spent so much time explaining things in 3 different languages to all these illegal kids in the classroom, even though it's not their fault. It's their parents' fault for coming here illegally. Then they can't realize why the kid's not getting enough attention from the teacher when there's 45 kids in the classroom, and all that time has to be spent with all these illegal kids and trying to explain things again. And then all the lines and services in the ER room are backed up because all the illegal immigrants are getting the free health care in the state of California. But then people are upset because it's like, but then what do they go do? What do they go do? After complaining about all this stuff, they go vote for it again. You have this here by James Klug, who reposted or requoted Brandon Gill. There's this graph here that I'm about to show you of Haitian non-citizen households on welfare. Just look at this graph. It's not just that. It actually shows like Afghanistan, Guatemala, and El Salvador, like Honduras. I'm going to pull this up for you guys. Let me get my big old head out of the way. Percentage of non-citizen households in the U.S. using one or more welfare programs by country. Look at this. So total welfare and then traditional welfare only. Households headed by non-citizens from most of the top sending countries have much higher welfare use than U.S.-born households. This is insane. All non-citizens are right here. These are illegals. For those on audio, for illegal aliens, because they want to call them all non-citizens, that's just illegal. I'll call it what it is. 54% traditional welfare. 47% traditional welfare only, meaning half. And I don't see a level of error here, meaning a margin of error in ME. So that's fun. While US born is 3128. That's a 20% difference. It's just 20%. Not a big deal. It's just a little bit of money. Okay, well, the thing is, it shouldn't be happening at all. Like, no money should be going towards this. You want to know why? Because you shouldn't have any illegals here in the first place. Is it nice to make sure people are taken care of because they're human beings? Yeah, absolutely. We all have empathy. We all have hearts. I don't want to see somebody dying. And most of them are not, by the way. This whole thing, like, oh, American healthcare sucks, blah, blah, blah. People are dying on the streets. No, they're not. They say the same thing. Oh, people are going hungry. Look around. There's freaking illegal aliens that we just watched an illegal alien that was chubby as crap. She was a freaking doughboy, quite literally. And then the doughboy is getting breast augmentations and transgender bottom surgeries next. And we're paying for it. And the person is obese. Both illegal aliens. I mean, what are the odds of this? Both illegal aliens that they showed on this footage not only wanted new boobies because they were men and they wanted bottom surgery, but they were both obese. Don't tell me people are going hungry in this country. We have an obesity problem, not a starvation problem. And if you were so look, we'll do this. What's more important than Democrats? Patriots, hold on a second. It's okay. No. Shh. It's fine. It's fine. Take a break. Take a moment. Take a break. What's more important? If you're going to say that people are starving in America or that people are dying everywhere, what's more important? Okay, come here, listen. Put on your thinking ears. Is it giving illegal aliens transgender surgeries that you pay for, or I'm giving you an ultimatum, or making sure people get fed? Which one you want? Just picky. Obviously, I'm being a little dramatic, a little bit of entertainment. But let's be real here. It's like, oh, Lord. All right, Patriots, we're back, folks. Get back in here. Get back in here. Now, look at this, though. I mean, Afghanistan, 87% Afghanistan get traditional welfare. Well, 82% get traditional welfare only. They're big numbers. And you see a theme here. Hey, simmer down. I don't want to call the theme out. I'm just going to say that you get into some really interesting culture territory here as the graph goes up. Graph go up. Now, India somehow has their ish together. This is a little surprising. Okay, India is the lowest one. And then you go to the Canadians, UK, Korea, United States, China, Philippines. But you will find, I'm sure if you do your own research, as you move up towards graph go big, you will see that there is a non-mutually exclusive area in terms of characteristics of culture that all these countries are starting to share in some way, shape, or form. And I think you're going to figure that one out on your own. I don't need to say it here. Okay. You're going to figure it out because you're smart. You're real smart. Let's go through the chat here really quick. It says, since 2021, many Haitian illegal aliens entered our country, crossing the Rio Grande into Del Rio, Texas, leaving behind IDs of countries which have already granted them asylum. Look at all these IDs. This is crazy. This comes from Todd Benson. The reason Haitian migrants discard their Chilean and Brazilian IDs over here on the Mexican side is to obscure from asylum reviewers that they were already safely and prosperously situated for years and years before coming for the American upgrade. Yeah. So this is people's IDs. Isn't that nuts? Now, my fear is that are these really just IDs that they threw away? I mean, it's all men, by the way. There's women in here, but most of it's just men. That's crazy. And they're like all of the same age, dude. What the heck? You guys see this? I think. Yeah, it's a male down there. I thought that. I don't know what that was. Look at all. And they say military aged men. I mean, these are all 1993. It's hard to see. I think this is 1985, 1989, 1987, 85 again, way up there. This one's a 2012. That's the youngest one on there. Like hard to see. 1994 down there, 1993. Yeah. Huh. Seeing a little bit of a theme here, folks. That's all I'm calling. I'm just seeing themes. Migrant at Massachusetts shelter who allegedly repeed his daughter pleads guilty. Notice you say migrant. That's the problem, right? Is if it should have the word legal or illegal in front of it. Makes my life a little bit easier so I don't have to go siphon through the article and go 20 paragraphs down to find out, oh, he was a legal alien. Oh, it happened under the Biden administration. Oh, he was getting all these welfare benefits. Oh, he's blah, 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 blah. That's always like that. There's a reason why we're able to rattle this stuff off because we've seen it so often and the articles are all written in the same freaking way that we could just call this stuff out. It's like it's a playbook. We know. Oh, a migrant guy. He's a Maryland man. He's a good guy, you know, out there just community fishing off the coast to bring in the nice mackerel and stuff, few tuna for the community members that can't feed themselves. Yeah, he was greasing up the lady's wheelchair down the street because she couldn't get it moving for a while, and the guy's just donating his time. Good guy, and you find out he's trafficking kids. He's here illegal, siphoning money from the system, you know, trying to blend in. Yeah, sure. He's not doing any of those things other than the heinous things I mentioned. Stop it. Stop it. It's like when a young guy commits a terrible crime and they're always showing like the only photo in the entire album of his entire life, the one good photo he has, and it's him holding a diploma that he probably didn't really actually get. They just let him walk. You all know exactly what I'm talking about. It's always that photo, right? It's always this one. And then everything else on his social media is him holding like a Glock 19, locking and loading it, pointing it at the camera, saying, yo, what's up, homie? Like all that stuff. It's like, come on. Just a Maryland man, though, dude. Good guy. Yeah, good guy. Just out there flipping burgers on 4th of July. Just the Americana. I can't barely speak English, but Americana. And then the Democrats just go over and rub their shoulders. Don't get me going. Look at this. Total fiscal burden of illegal aliens. It's actually a low number. I ran the numbers like years ago. Remember I said, I think under Joe Biden, if you were to use real numbers, I wouldn't have been surprised if it hits $1 trillion. $1 trillion. And yeah, Pat's right. Nobody ever reads the article. They just read the headlines. And then, right, there's a small portion that will then go down and they'll read the summary and then they'll read the beginning intro paragraph. They don't ever get down at the bottom. You're right. Look at this. The national total expenditure is 182. Wow. Total calculation or total tax contribution is 31. And then a total burden on taxpayers is 150 billion. Wow. Each illegal alien cost the American taxpayer $8,776 annually. Come here. Hello. Mic check, 1, 2. You could be doing a lot more in your life with $8,000 if this calculation is true. We're going to take it as truth for the sake of this conversation. 9,000 buckaroos. Life-changing. By the way, $500 for people that are struggling. And when I say life-changing, please understand, I'm not exaggerating that. That's a personal finance kind of idea. Is that $500 to $1,000 could change somebody's life. $9,000 basically. Let's just go low about $8,000. Groceries, diapers, paying off your credit cards, getting out of debt, doing repairs, getting a beater of a car so you can drive around. This is annually. This isn't like, oh, over the course of your lifetime. Let's just say you saved up that money. 2 years, you're talking 16,000, baby. Boolah! The hard cheddar! The dough! I don't understand it. Somebody did a perfect image here. Illegal immigrants, right? It has a standing on top of Americans. Yep. EBT card, free healthcare, free housing. It's not like the Democrats always go, well, you know, we were built on immigration and they built the buildings and the cement we walk on. You know, they came over here at Ellis Island, right? That whole thing. Did you see what the plaque said on the Statue of Liberty when they came here? It's always the same stuff. They also were not receiving the welfare at the level they are here, buddy. Okay? Like, bro, talk about handing out a life here. It's never been easier for somebody to come here illegally or illegally nowadays and receive all these benefits. When you used to leave your country, because your country wasn't as great as America, because America still is the best country on earth. You didn't receive all these benefits, man. You gave up everything knowing that you're coming here for a gamble. You are risking everything. And when you come here, the only thing that you're going to be given in a big picture is an opportunity. That's what you were given, was an opportunity. Now, oh, well, here's an opportunity. Let's put you actually ahead of the curve here by allowing you to come in illegal. Yeah, screw all those other guys that paid their money and are trying to follow the law and do it the right way, and probably the ones most likely to assimilate. Yeah, screw those guys. Hey, come on in, dude. You're good. Oh, by the way, yeah, how's some rental assistance? You doing good on that? You need a little bit of a housing thing? Oh, cool. Yeah, there's another guy that's been here for 30 years. He's actually he's a legal immigrant. Yeah, screw that guy. Oh, that guy right there that's also in line to get this house. Don't worry. He just fought in Afghanistan and Iraq. Yeah, his legs are gone. Don't worry about it. Oh, you're from Afghanistan. Oh, you fought against oh, that's perfect. You're going to go to the top of the line, dude. No need to even put in an application. Didn't expect you to because you're illegal. Yeah, come on in. This is the place here. Yeah, don't worry. Everything's paid for. Don't worry. Yes, the fridge is empty now. We're going to fill that up for you. Who's paying for it? The American taxpayer's paying for it, buddy. No, you're good. So how's your kids doing on legal services and food? Oh, you need legal services. We got you covered. No problem. Let's check that one off the list. Hey, Betsy Doo, can you make sure that they get all their lawyer services, their education? You guys need healthcare? Their healthcare too, taken care of. Yes, we're going to get them on rental assistance. They're going to be completely $5,000 a month for this place, huh? Yeah, don't worry, cut the check. It's fine. Nobody's going to look under the hood. Gavin has it taken care of. Sir, what else you need? Yeah, it's endless. They don't care. They're idiots over here. They'll pay for everything. You need clothing? Yeah, hey, let's get that on the list too, Betsy. Yeah. Okay. Is that not how it goes? You know it does. I mean, I'm being a little bit silly. Don't get me wrong. We're having a little bit of fun here. But you, on the other hand, if you were to do all this, if you wanted to ask for assistance, you're going to be freaking dealing with a bunch of bull crap. Don't stop it. Stop. Can we not be stupid here? Let's not be silly. Of course you would. In the Palisades, their house is burnt down. They can't even build it still, you guys. And these are Americans. They can't even build their house. But yeah, you could walk in and get a house tomorrow if you're an illegal alien. Hey, no big deal. Yeah. They're paid for it. Oh. It's incredible. It's incredible. And we just bend over. We just bend over and we pull down our pants and we just say, yes, sir, may I have another? That's all we do. All right, Wolf, we're not done yet. Hit that like and subscribe button if you have a good time. Man, we're on one today. I don't know what's going on today. We're juiced up. Check this out. This is coming from the post-millennial. Look at all these ads. Okay. Everybody simmer down on the ads. Jeez Louise. This is unbelievable. Where's the article at? LA hotels / jobs. We're not done. Staff hours as Karen Bass's $30 minimum wage hike drives up costs. I remember years ago, I did a, many of you know, I used to do acting when I was younger. And I did a TV pilot for the Sci-Fi Channel. There's a whole story with that one. There's this whole season that was built out. There was merchandise. There was posters we would sign, all these other things. Okay? It was supposed to go places. It was like, going to be my hit. Okay. I didn't make it. I'm just a struggling child star, child actor. It's actually supposed to be a big deal. Well, one of the guys on the show, who's actually a really good actor, we stayed connected through social media and all this other stuff later on. And this was when the $15 minimum wage hike in Seattle, Washington was going into effect. And I wrote on social media at the time, I didn't even have the show, this was so long ago. And I said, dude, that's going to just put people out of business, or that's going to at least cut people's hours, because now you're increasing the labor a lot. I mean, it was a really big increase at the time. I forgot what the base was, but it was leaping the 15. Oh no, this is fine. They can afford it, blah, blah. Because people can't do basic math anymore. They can't, you guys. It's not a tough thing to just look at the a lot of these public companies, you could just open up the financials and just run the numbers yourself. And it's not difficult because all you need to do is look at the profit number. Okay, let's just look at the profit number. That's all you have to do. And just calculate an increase in hours, figure out how many employees they have. Just do 1 hour. Because people are like, oh, you need a $5 raise. $5 raise per hour. So all you need to do is 5 times however many employees they have, because you're going to do it across the board because you have to. And then just times that out and see how many hours you're able to pay them of that wage increase. And then you're just going to see the money evaporate. I mean, you go from black to red real quick, let me tell you. So it says here that hotels in Los Angeles are facing mounting financial pressure as a new minimum wage law drives up labor costs, because the government knows better than you do on how much that person's worth and how much your company is and how much things should be functioning and operating. Yeah, it's with people, I never understood this. It's always people giving over their liberties, their freedoms, and the decision making to the government. Why on green earth? Why? Like, I'm trying not to get frustrated, but why would you do that? Like, okay, we know each other pretty well, okay? Been doing it with you guys for 5 years. Now, don't be cutesy, because I know the answer some of you would give me. Would you ever let me decide things in your life? Like, hey, I know, Brad, I think you should decide what I do with my money and what I should charge somebody. Now, to be fair, it's a little rough one because I did do accounting. I'm not a genius or anything like that. And I did help businesses, blah, blah, blah. But still, you should be like, no, I'm good. Yeah, I don't really know the guy that well. The government doesn't know you. They don't know bleep about you. They are blood-sucking vampires when it comes to your pocketbook, and they suck at everything. If they can't even budget themselves, why are they dictating minimum wage hikes for people when they can't even do the basic math to budget their own damn area? So you can't do basic math at a government level, and you're going to tell me how to run my business and what I should be paying said individual? What if that dude can't even tie his shoes correctly? Now, the question, why'd you hire him in the first place? That's a fair question. But you understand what I'm saying. And these people just go, oh, yeah, no, it's fine. The minimum wage needs to be a living wage. We're going on a tangent. Come here. What is a living wage? What does that mean? Because they go, well, a living wage is what you're able to live on. It's different per person. Okay? And I've given this analogy before. I can hire somebody that is living off $40,000 that's extremely qualified for the job. I could hire the same dude that's asking for $200,000 that could do the exact same job, that has the exact same living situation. Let's say they're literally everything is the same. But this guy drives himself into debt, buys a bunch of stuff, doesn't do his finances properly, his personal finances, but this guy does. And if this guy did his finances properly, he could live off $40,000. But because he didn't, he needs $200,000 of a living wage to be able to do it. Well, I'm going to go with this guy because this guy will probably do the job for cheaper because I don't have to pay him $200,000. I could pay him this much, and he knows he's worth this much because he applied for the job. Thank you. Who said that? Was that Craig? Small businesses shouldn't be subject to corporation wages rules. Thank you. Thank you. Common sense. God bless you, sir. I always use this because I took video of it when I was at a Panda Express. And you guys know I don't blow smoke up. I don't have any reason to lie to you. $52,000 to wipe off a table. And I know how crazy that sounds. The issue is, and Jeff is right, basically math 101 or economics. Everybody's right in the chat, by the way. The issue is these people can't do math. They're going to these minimum wage jobs, and they're not even with college degrees, by the way, and they can't do basic math. Not all of them. But we said that the UCSD study showed that 12.5% can't do elementary school math. It's a 54-page study. I mean, the fact that I know how many pages is in it and I have highlights every... Matter of fact, do I have it in here with me? I have the study somewhere here. I have it somewhere. Yeah, I have it, and I'll show you the highlights. Damn it, I thought I had it in here. Anywho, I thought I had it. Well, there's the study, okay? Literally have it highlighted. They can't do elementary school math, and it's only getting worse. And if you think that's bad, if you look at the study, the 12.5% can't do elementary school math, the reading scores are worse than that. The reading scores are actually worse than the math scores, which is rare, by the way. All right, let's get back into this. So let's see the damage this minimum wage has done. Because you need a living wage, was the question. What does a living wage mean? Why do I look so freaking small on camera here? Un momento. We're going to fix this real quick. There we go. Let me make daddy look taller. I can't look small. I can't look weak. Under a law signed by Mayor Karen Bass, hotel and airport workers are set to receive annual wage increases of $2.50 until $30 per hour by 2028. In 2 years, $30 an hour. Why is everything so expensive? Why are hotels so expensive nowadays? Like airplane tickets are just through the roof. Gee. I don't know. How'd that happen? Why? Things already go up. Inflation, everything always gets more expensive. But the question is, how expensive and how quickly are things going to get? Don't worry, it's a big corporation. They can eat the cost. Not always. Why would they? And especially if it's public. Look, they gotta respond to the shareholders here. Why are we down 5% from year over year? Well, you know, it's the cost of doing business. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we thought it'd be a good idea to absorb the cost of these labor increases rather than pass it on to the customer. Yeah, we know you're losing money now, but you're going to be cool with it, right? You're not going to cash out. You're not going to, but we have to act stupid, right? Yeah, we got to act real silly. Well, if you know that you're doing worse than the prior year and it's a consistent thing year over year because you're eating the cost of the labor increases, are people going to want to consistently invest in your company? Probably not. Because you're looking at going, well, you're going backwards, dude. You're not going forwards. Why would I want to give you my money? Well, logical. A mandate that researchers say is outpacing the industry's ability to absorb costs. A new report from the American Hotel and Lodging Association highlights the city's aggressive wage policy as a key factor behind the industry's growing instability. Quote, hotels are struggling to keep up with rising operating costs coupled with falling demand. Well, I mean, I'm sure there is some sort of strong correlation between the two. Unlike other expenses, the report argues the mandated wage increases are untethered, is what it says, from hotel performances metrics like occupancy or seasonal demand. This means a hotel operating below capacity must still meet, listen to this, must still meet the same wage requirements as a fully booked property, limiting flexibility in an already volatile market. How about you just let people dictate what they're worth? Okay, I'm going to go back. Why are you limiting somebody to $30 an hour? And we've posed this question in the past. This is not anything new to you guys. Why is that person not worth $40 or $50 an hour? And by the way, I'm being as serious as a heart attack. And they could very well be. Sometimes people are so good at their skills, and especially when their skills get better and better over time, that maybe they're not worth 30. But because the government's putting a limit on it, you're going to pay them 30. Now, somebody could say, well, Brad, if you think that they're worth more, then why wouldn't you pay them more? Usually small business owners do, by the way. And this is who it's really hurting, is the small businesses, which you guys put in the chat. It actually hurts the mom and pop. And it used to be, I don't know if the statistic is still true. It used to be 80% of businesses in America were small businesses, like mom and pops. And by small, they quantified that back then as I think it was like 20 employees or less. And this is really reaching back. So I'm sure things have changed a little bit. But that's who it really hurts. But people are so used to seeing the Targets, the Walmarts, right? The Costco's, the In-N-Outs, like all these places. And they're like, well, how do they do it? Why don't you go figure that out yourself? Why are you asking somebody online, well, how are they doing it? Like, I can understand there's a smart ass remark sometimes, but you could figure that out. It's always like going to these mega corporations, right? Like the top Supremos. It would be like, I'm trying to find a better analogy. Like a sports analogy. Some guy's always just rocking homers, right? Like Shohei Ohtani. Always just making bombs, you know what I mean? The guy's like the best player in all of baseball. And then this other dude comes up and just like, yeah, he's hitting a few homers here and there. And you're like, well, why can't you do it? Shohei does it. Shohei's hitting bombers all the time and stealing bases. Why can't you hit balls like that guy? It's like, dude, the guy's the best player in the league. Like the best player we've seen in a long time. It's the same thing. Why can't you just run like In-N-Out? Why can't you just do this like In-N-Out? It's like, dude, In-N-Out's like the best fast food on the entire like Western Hemisphere. What are you talking about? What the Did you hear about the Johnny Somali getting sentenced in South Korea? I did not. Let's look at that really quick. I need some other. So, anyways, well, hold on. Let's kind of just dive into this a little bit more, and then we'll move on here. Labor costs now account for roughly half of hotel operating expenses. What? Hold on. Sorry. Second. Hold. This is why we continue, folks. This is why we can't be deviated. I'm sorry. Labor costs account for roughly half of operating expenses for hotels. And they are rising faster than revenue, creating a widening financial gap for many operators. That blindsided me. That blindsided me. I mean, you're screwed. Because your margins are already slim as it is. And they go, oh, well, how's the corporation making billions of dollars for you? It's like, just read a book. Please, just for the love of God, just read a basic book. Let's start with Henry Hazlitt's Economics 101. Just start there. Just start there, and then that's as big picture as you can get. It's 100 pages roughly. Just start there. Sometimes things go too deep that you can't explain it to somebody. Do you know what I mean? There's not enough time. You got to do it on your own. Okay? Go audit a business course, please. That's insane. The pressures facing Los Angeles hotels reflect a broader debate across California, whose sector-specific minimum wage increases have already produced mixed economic outcomes. In April of 2024, the state implemented a $20 per hour minimum wage for fast food workers, one of the largest targeted wage increases in U.S. history. Researchers at the University of California, Santa Cruz found the wage increase led to, listen, higher menu prices, reduced work hours, and measurable job losses, which estimates pointing to a decline of roughly 18,000 jobs, or about 3% of the workforce. Anybody shocked? Anybody shocked? If I just said, and we're in like a debate, right? And they were, oh, we should just give people a wage increase of fast food workers. Would this not be literally your talking point right here? Right there. That exact sentence on your screen would literally be what's in almost every textbook for business. That's in every sort of logical, common sense thinker. It's exactly what they would say. Yeah, they're going to pass that on to consumers through menu prices. Yeah, because, they can't incur that type of cost because it's such a drastic wage increase. So you're not allowing the business and the economy to increase over time, that this is a shock to the system. We can't compensate for that in this time span that you would like. So we're going to have to reduce people's hours so those labor costs aren't as exorbitant as they would be if they were like more hours. So you reduce hours. Gee, measurable job losses. Yeah, I can't incur that type of labor increase. I'm going to have to let some people go, unfortunately. And the people that I keep are going to go from 40 hours to 20 hours. Again, it's every debate we've ever seen against somebody that wants higher minimum wage. This is going to be the outgrowth. This is going to be the outcome. It's nothing. It's literally been going on for like, what year are we in? as far as 56 years. And I know that because Thomas Sowell was talking about this in the 70s. You can physically see Thomas Sowell and Milton Friedman talk about this exact same thing since the freaking 70s in colorized grainy ass film when they were younger. I think Thomas Sowell was like my age in the 70s. Bless his heart, by the way. He's one of my favorite men. But so that's happening. But don't worry, it's not happening though. Remember, it's not happening. That's what you need to know. Yeah. As long as you just look the other way and put your head up your ass, you're fine. Everything's fine and dandy. Nothing's on fire. Everything's good. You're okay. You're okay. Well, speaking of that, another one from the post-millennial here in one moment. I know you guys wanted to check out the South Korea thing, but I want to get to this really quick. 7-Eleven to close 645 U.S. locations in company restructuring overhaul, which is kind of like I'll say 7-Eleven needs to be restructured because what they're getting in other countries ain't what we're getting here. You always see those YouTube videos of everybody eating at 7-Eleven because the food's better. We get mistreated here. They give us squirrely food. 7-Eleven is slated to close hundreds of locations across the country this year as the company, as well as others in the convenience store sector, are seeing a shift. 7&I Holdings, the company, the parent company of 7-Eleven, said that there will be 645 locations shut down in a fiscal year of 2026. The sad thing is, people look at this, it's not a big deal to them. Oh, it's just 645 stores. In the restaurant industry, do you know how long it takes to even grow to 645 stores and locations? Do you know what kind of growth has to happen? How many years you're talking about to get 645 locations across the United States? I swear, people just look at this and go, "Oh, okay, it's shutting down." Just Google it. Just AI it, Claude it. I don't care. ChatGPT it. The move includes those locations that will be turned to wholesale fuel locations, as well as others that will be closed outright per mass market retailers. The company is recalibrating ahead of the planned IPO. Oh, okay. In North America, the move from the store chain comes as there have been a string of years where 7-Eleven has closed more locations than they have opened up. That's not good. As the news of the closures is taking place, 200 other locations will be opening up with a larger focus on expanded food and service of the convenience store side. Tobacco and fuel are the core products of the industry, but growth is going to be more tied to the food, beverages, and in-store convenience and experience, which is cool. Look, this is the quote. Fuel can still attract customers, but it no longer drives growth on its own. Competition is shifting to be inside the store instead of bringing people to the pump. Wawa, as well as Sheetz. Okay, YouTube, Sheetz, Sheetz, so you don't freaking screw me, have capitalized on the shift, with both having more distinction-oriented locations and expanded food operations. It sounds really bad, but this obviously it just seems like common sense to me. Like, if you're just now waking up to the fact that there's other places that are doing it better than you, and you're doing it now, how many years has it been? I used to go to 7-Eleven for their Slurpees when I was a kid, so you're talking 30 years. Even then, I was looking around going, this place is kind of bare minimum. I mean, geez, bro. I'm like, you got this like trucker guy with his ass crack hanging out, pouring a cup of coffee and farting everywhere, and I'm over next to him with my face next to his ass, trying to get a Slurpee. I'm like, why does the Slurpee smell funky? Well, we know why. We know why the Slurpee smells funky. It's not the Slurpee. It's Big Bubba over there trying to fill up his coffee mug because he needs to stay awake while he's on the the road. Nowadays, you got Mohammed over there filling up a cup of coffee that's being funded by the taxpayer with an ID, with a CDL that he got probably, some way, shape, or form, but he can't even read anything. With his butt crack hanging out, and I still have to smell the doo-doo. Except I'm not waist height anymore. He's just stinky. And people are like, oh, that's racist. That's wrong. I'm not saying all people named Mohammed in the Middle East are stinky. Okay, stop it. Stop it. You're just fishing now. You're just fishing. You're chumming the waters. Let's get to some good news. Let's get to some good news. Don't leave me, Ren. Don't leave me. Pater, don't do it. Just put me in your. Just put me in your. Fine. Don't leave me. I need the viewership. No, I'm kidding. Have a good time. Oh, God. Okay, so I want to get to this good news here. Walt Disney World. Listen. It's small. It's a win, okay? Don't do this to me. I'm taking this as a win. Zip it. Walt Disney World has brought back its famous ladies and gentlemen greeting after ditching the phrase in 2021 for gender-neutral messaging. I remember covering this because they did it over here in Disneyland too, and I used to have Disneyland passes for a lot of years because I loved walking around. I've always said this. I love watching people be happy and all that other stuff. And the parks was like the one experience out of all the Disney Corporation where you weren't getting the LGBTQ stuff thrown down your throat, pushed down there. Just there was a little bit, but you're in California. You're going to get that no matter where you go. You got to deal with what you got. So when they started doing this, I was like, okay, here it goes. Now it's seeping into the parks because over the intercom, when you're on the tram trying to get to the place, they used to say, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Then they got rid of it. The original ladies and gentlemen, there you go. That's the hell I know. It says ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Yes, I've heard it so many times throughout my entire life. Message had previously been replaced by good evening. Dreamers of all ages is what they said. And then I would sit on the tram and I'd roll my eyes every single time because I used to go to Disneyland at least one day a week. Folks, I was doing the show when I was going to Disneyland one day a week. I was a big Disney fan, man. I love Disney. I don't have passes anymore. I haven't passed it for like well over a year. But anyway, so they're reviving it. Maybe this is a shift because now you don't have Bob Iger as the CEO. It's oh God, what's Josh's last name? Somebody will put it in the chat, but he got a new guy as the CEO. So maybe that's a nice shift. By the way, if there was any reason to be able to, I don't want to say rebrand, but bring things back to normal, it would be utilizing that route of a new CEO. Hey, we're mixing things up. We're changing things. We're going back to old school Disney. Freaking Pat, it's not a Slurpee, you sicko. Yeah, this is true. This is true. So this is the guy right here who made the decision to switch it back to ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And this is the white suburban liberal woman giving it to him. So I'm gonna mute that because that noise is annoying, but she's just ripping him, right? And he's just trying to have a beer, dude. Trying to, like, I feel bad for this guy. Brother. Is there a market? I want to zoom in on this guy. Like, there you go. Ladies, we got a pretty good split of men and women that watch our show. It's very rare. Usually there's like an 80-20 type split. We're almost 50-50 here on the show. Ladies, don't ever do this. Please. And I don't do that. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. There's a reason why there's a stereotype called nagging. Okay? Or the honeydews. Leave the guy alone. Okay? Make him a sandwich if you can. If you can, I'm sorry. Just it's a cliche thing, but we like sandwiches. I hate to say it. He wants the crust cut. Ain't that big of a problem. Get the guy a beer. It's 2 minutes of your life. 2 minutes of your life and the guy's going to be happy. 2 minutes. Okay? By the way, it could be, it doesn't have to be a good sandwich. You could put bread and meat and the guy would be stoked. Okay? Anyways, this poor guy. There might be a market here for like the boys to get together. You know, you travel around the country, you find men like this, and you pull out the stogies. You pull out the cigars, right? You wheel down your trailer, the love seats, you know, and then you got a bonfire pit, you know what I mean? It's gonna be okay, man. You light up the stogies, you get out the glasses of whiskey, you got a whole bar, you know what I mean? And you're just hanging out with the boys. You start polishing off the guns, you know what I mean? Start lacing the ammo together. Do a little bit of shooting out there in the backyard. The guy's good for at least a few months, at least. Maybe a few years for all I know. I'm like that, by the way. I don't deal with this, thank God. Oh my God, thank God. This like stresses me the hell out. Nightmare. This, by the way, trailer for a nightmare movie for men. You want to freak your dude out? Show him this. And you know I'm serious. Guys will run from this. This is the next movie. I know we do all the slasher films and Jason Voorhees stuff and Freddy Krueger and no. No, we need to go back to hitting home here a little bit. This is the trailer. 15 seconds. You ain't gonna get a guy. You just the seats will be empty. And it's not because it's bad. It's too freaky. We can't put ourselves through that psychology. I got goosebumps saying it. Look at her eyes. And the big rimmed glasses. Should have known. Should have known. So anyways, I'm like that in the sense of like all I need is a cigar, a glass of whiskey, and just some jazz music, and I'm freaking cooking, dude. I'm cooking. The chat says I make the you say sandwiches, Chrissy? Damn. But he better do a few honeydews. See, that's the problem. Girl, you're doing it wrong. Hold on, we're coming full screen. Chrissy, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out. No. That's not how it works, girl. Come here. Come on. I'll help you out. Brad giving marriage advice. That's not how it works. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, you just give him a sandwich. You don't expect anything. It's just what it is. That's love. That's love. It'll get done. Maybe not in the time span that you would like, but it will get done. Chrissy, your man ain't going to show you this. Okay? This is you. Just for a moment. I know you're not this crazy because I love you. I don't even know who you are, but I mean, I know you from in the chat. That I know. I mean, I don't know if like literally know you. If that makes sense. But this is you giving a sandwich still and going, nope, the oil needs to be changed. If he doesn't do it, then the truck goes boom. Hey, okay, let's back it up a little bit. Then the truck goes boom. Now, is that going to be a bleep storm for you? Absolutely. But you let the truck go boom. The guy needs to learn. You still give him the sandwich. You don't expect nothing from him. This is still that scenario. It doesn't matter. I'm married for 20 years. Doesn't matter. Don't do it to him. This is him. I'm helping you out. Listen to me, please. For the man's sake, listen to me. I'm trying to help your husband. I don't even know him. But really, no, seriously, just give him a sandwich. Okay. Give him a sandwich and then give him something else for the oil change. Give him a sandwich. Give him something else for the oil change. Okay. Do we get it? The oil change thing was funny. You just give him a sandwich. I'm going to say it again for everybody else in the chat to help absorb this. Give him something else for the oil change. It's not difficult. We don't need to do the birds and the bees, you know. Get a little spicy. Go down the Victoria's Secret, Chrissy, you know. I'm helping you guys. Look, I'm helping you guys out. Bargain a little bit. Make some deals. It's been 20 years. I'm just saying. I'm a guy trying to help another guy. So I'm a guy. I'm the guy. He's the guy. I'm the guy. He's the guy. The Tom Cruise thing. I can end any problem my hubby's having by doing the Mardi Gras flash. There you go, Chrissy. There's some notes. Yeah. Look, this is not a dating show, but look, we're simpletons. Simpletons. Where's all the other guys in the chat backing me up? Like, awfully quiet, fellas. Awfully quiet. Anyways, all right, we went a little longer than normal. I appreciate you guys. And for the shows, we're gonna be shooting from the hip. We're gonna be shooting from the hip. Honey, did you check the fluids in the truck today? Yes. Okay, now check mine. Craig, you know you chat GPT that. You're not smart enough to come up with that. You know you put that in the AI. You're a liar. Brad the wingman. By the way, Pat, you know when you said that just now, I thought about actually eating wings. Like, I didn't even go straight towards being wingman. I was like, oh, like Buffalo Wild Wings sound really good right now. I didn't even think about like wingman. Geez, what does that say about me? Sorry to be a little you, Craig. I love you. That was actually really good. Alrighty, well, I hope you guys have a lovely day. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for subscribing and joining us here. We'll be back here hopefully tomorrow is it Friday tomorrow? Oh, Lordy. It is Friday tomorrow for a show. And we'll spend a little bit more directly from my brain, for better or worse. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for always hanging out with me. It's truly a blessing to be able to do this. And we'll see you tomorrow morning here on the Bald Brad Show. Make sure you pray for this country, pray for Donald Trump, pray just in general for you, your family, your friends here on the show, everything else. Power of prayer is effective. Read your scriptures. I don't care what faith you're from. Get into the scriptures and spend a little bit of time with whatever God you may believe in. I'm a Christian, so obviously I believe in God and Christ being my Lord and Savior. But whoever it is, it's obviously very important, especially for good reminders. Remember, we always have to be remembered, and that's why God in the scriptures utilizes that word remember so often, because we need to be told time and time again, because we're idiots. As a species, we're idiots. And the God that created us knows all. And it's sometimes better to listen to your father than it is yourself. So not that those words are only for you, they're also for myself, and I'll make sure that I put that into practice today as well. Have a lovely day. Take care, Patriots.